Good morning, boys and girls. You're welcome to yet another session of Common Course A01 Transactions Essential English Language Skills. We are in the fourth module of the syllabus, and fourth module, as you remember, deals with speaking skills. And in speaking skills, which is divided into two parts, if you remember, everyday transactions, part 1, academic communication, part 2. Part 1, transactional function, everyday transactions, the English used for everyday transactions, which is divided into 7 frames, as I told you, as I have been telling you in the last few sessions. The first one was how to speak in a polite manner. Second one was, if you remember, the second frame was how to give opinions and preferences. And the third one was about taboos, something forbidden in spoken language, taboos. And the fourth one was about encouraging and comforting. The last one, the last session, we dealt with how to speak the language in a situation when we have to encourage somebody to do something, when we have to comfort somebody when somebody is having a distress, when somebody is sad because of one reason or the other, how to comfort them. That is what we were talking about in the last session. And now this particular session, the title of the session is Suggestions and Regrets. I think suggestions is almost similar to giving your opinions, suggestions. And again, regrets is you are sorry for something or speak the language in a situation where you have to express your regrets about something. So it's almost comforting and all that. But anyway, we deal with this particular frame, that is frame 5, that is making suggestions and regrets. Now, we have made a recapitulation of the last few frames which we have already dealt with. Now, what does making suggestions means? Making suggestions means expressing our opinion about what should be done. I repeat, making suggestions mean expressing our opinion about what should be done. Now, what are regrets? Regrets are things that you think should have been done. Regrets are things that you think should have been done, but the chances for them to happen now are over. Now, the best example I can give you, for example, for regrets is that you get a whole semester time to follow the classes, learn what you have heard from the teacher, revise them, do preparation for the exam. You also have study holidays in order to study. Then you write the exam. Okay. The other way around, you don't listen to the classes properly. You don't You don't go through the lessons when you go home. You don't make use of the study holidays or study leave which is given to you, and then you write the exam. In the first case, you come out with flying colors. In the second case, the result is that you do miserably in your exam. So in the second context, you don't do anything, you don't work hard, you don't study, you don't make use of the study leave, you write the exam without any preparation and you fail. So when the results come, you regret. It's not so. You regret. And sometimes the thought that goes on in your mind is, I should have studied well. I should have listened carefully to the classes. I should have made use of the study leave. I should have spent more time in learning the lessons well. Now that the exams are over, now that the results have come, I cannot go back and do that again, because it's only for the next exam I do, because the chances to do it for this exam is over, and so I can't help it. So this is how you express your regret. Regrets are things that you think should have been done, but the chance for them to happen now are over. Now I have a dialogue here in the textbook. It is actually a dialogue between Junu and Anju. Now it's the dialogue between Junu and Anju. Now what you have to do is, you have to pay attention to the dialogue and see how people use expressions to give suggestions, advice, or to express regret. Take a close look at the dialogue which we are going to read. The dialogue is between Junu and Anju, two good friends. Junu: hi Anju. It's Junu. How are you? Anju: oh, hi Junu. I was just thinking about you. Junu: that's nice. I was wondering if you'd like to go to a movie tonight. See, it's a suggestion. Beautiful expression to give a suggestion. I was wondering if you would like to go to a movie tonight. Anju: sure, I love it. I would love to. What's playing? What's playing means what movies are going on in different cinema halls. Junu: let's go for that new movie, Doctor Strange. How do you feel about it? What's your opinion about it? Now, suggestion. Now Anju: sounds great. Why not go shopping afterwards? After seeing the movie, why don't we? It's actually again a suggestion by Junu, that is Anju. Sounds great. Why not go shopping afterwards? Junu: that would be fantastic. I would appreciate that idea of yours. Would it be okay if I pick you up around 7 o'clock? Will it be all right if I pick you up at 7 o'clock? Anju: I would suggest 7:30, 7:30. I would suggest 7:30. I have got to do some cleanup. By the way, what time does the evening show start? What is the time the film starts? Junu: the movie starts at 8. I think the ideal time is 7:30, if it is all right with you. So somebody giving a suggestion. Now, okay, done. That is the end of the first part of the conversation. Now, on their way back, after seeing the movie, they again talk to each other after seeing the movie on their way back. Anju, Junu, Anju, what do you think about the movie? I mean, your views. You're asking for your suggestions or your opinion. What do you think about it? Now, it didn't live up to my expectations. Actually, it is a form of expressing your regret. You expected too much and the film did not live up to your expectations. So how do you express that situation? That is, it didn't live up to my expectations. Junu, I feel the director should have chosen a different actor. There's something wrong with the choice of the actor. We should have watched the other movie at Pushpak Theatre. The other movie at Pushpak Theatre was better than the one which we saw. Junu, I don't think she did her best either. How about preference of the performance of the heroine? Now, what do you think about the performance of the heroine? Now, Junu says, I don't think she did her best either. Now, she also did not do her best, because I have seen some of her other movies where she did better. Now, Anju, yeah, I agree with you. She could have put in a little more effort. Why don't we plan for the other movie next week? Why don't we plan to go for the other movie in the next week? Junu, that would be nice. Would you mind ringing me up on Friday? I can confirm by then. I'll be able to confirm whether I can join you for the other movie on Friday if you call me. Anju, okay, see you. So in this conversation between Junu and Anju, we see a lot of expressions which express suggestions and regrets expressed in different situations. Now, I would like to mention a few particular phrases or particular expressions which are used to express suggestions. Making questions using should and could. Please listen to. What should we do tomorrow? What should we do tomorrow is a question which is asking indirectly, what are your suggestions for tomorrow? Because tomorrow being a holiday, we are free from the regular or routine work, and what should we do? Another one, as an answer to this question, why don't we go on a picnic? Why don't we go for it? That's also a suggestion. Why don't we go for a picnic? We should go on a picnic. That is also almost a more emphatic expression of making a suggestion. We could go on a picnic. You should talk to your teacher. Maybe you should talk to your teacher. Means it is good that this problem, which is you write the exam well to your satisfaction, but fortunately the marks you get is not as you expected. So your friend says that you should talk to your teacher about this. Now, why is this happening? In the same way, you could talk to your teacher, or you could ask Anu to help you with your maths lessons, or I could try to help you. All these are suggestions to solve your problem. You should have talked. See, this is a past term. The chances were there to talk. You didn't talk, and after the results came, you regret. It is actually a way of expressing your regret. You should have talked to your teacher and got some help from her during the semester. You did not do it, and now the result is not very encouraging. In the same way, you could have talked to your teacher, or you could have asked Anu to help you with your maths, or I could have tried to help you. You did not do any of these things, and because of that, your results were not very encouraging. Now, making suggestions. Now, A and B are speaking here. A and B are talking. Discuss speaker B's use of should and could in the dialogue. In your own words, what is speaker B saying? Shall I read them to you? A. Arun doesn't feel good. He has a bad stomachache. B. He should see a doctor. He should see a doctor. The best possible solution for having a headache is to see a doctor. Again, another one. Ted doesn't feel good. He has a bad stomachache. What do you think he should do? B. Well, I don't know. He could call a doctor. No, it is not very sure. It can. The possible solutions are more than one. That is, I don't know. He could call a doctor. He could call Dr. Smith, or he could call Dr. Jones, or he could simply stay in bed for a day and hope he feels better tomorrow. So when you are not very sure of a solution, you use the expression you could, he could. But if you are very adamant, or if you are very sure, you say you should see a doctor. A third one. I need to get to the airport. Now, B says, you should take the airport bus. It is cheaper than a taxi. Now, you should, because if you want to spend less money, it is always better than hiring a taxi, hiring a cab. It is better you go and get the airport bus, which works out cheaper than a cab. Now, another one to making suggestions. With another student, make up a short dialogue. Speaker A. Begin the dialogue with, what's the matter? Or is something the matter? You have a problem. It is equal to, you have a problem. Speaker B. Present a problem. Suggestions of words to include in the dialogue are given in the numbered list. Now, the numbered list. See, suggestions of words for speaker B. B, to include in the dialogue. I'll give you the situation. The words are, the expressions are, but I really don't want to go. But I really don't want to go. But I can't afford it. He's angry with me. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough. I lost my previous job. I don't know what to do in this particular situation. My leg is broken. I don't like my parents to know that I am in a very bad condition. Anyway, any of these expressions you can use. Is something the matter, Ramesh? You don't look good. That's because I don't feel very good. Speaker, oh, what's wrong? Speaker B, my stomach feels a little upset. Speaker, maybe it's something you ate. Why don't you go home and rest for a while? Speaker, I have an important meeting in 15 minutes from now. Speaker A, maybe you should drink a soda. That sometimes helps me when my stomach feels funny. Speaker B, soda? I don't think so. I don't like soda. Speaker A, well, you could take an antacid. Antacid. I have some antacids in my office. Do you want me to go and get them for you? Speaker B, please, I think I'll try that. Maybe it will help me. Thank you. That is how you make suggestions. You make suggestions and regrets. To conclude this session, I have a very small exercise for you. I am going to read, that is, different ways in which suggestions have been worded in column. I am going to read column A. Column A is all suggestions. Now, you have to tell me the appropriate context from column B. I will be reading column B also for you. It's an easy exercise, just to pinpoint what is the suggestion and what is the situation, context in which it is used. Number 1, why don't we go to the cinema? Why don't we go to the cinema? Now, the options you have in column B: solving a problem? No. Going to a movie is not a problem solving. Phoning a friend? Possible. It can be a friend calling you and tells you, why don't we go to the cinema? A suggestion. Now, number 2, let's go for a cup of tea. What do you think? Now, it is intention to drink a cup of coffee. The situation is intention to drink a coffee. Third one, how about discussing that issue now? How about discussing that issue now? It is issue, solving a problem. The situation is solving a problem. Next is, how do you feel about dining out tonight? How do you feel about dining out tonight? Now, it's actually eating at a restaurant. Eating at a restaurant is the situation. Next question, do you fancy chatting with your boyfriend or girlfriend? Do you fancy wish for chatting with your girlfriend or boyfriend? The situation is that of getting. No, this is do you fancy chatting with your girlfriend or boyfriend? Is intention to drink? No. Eating at a restaurant? No. Watching a movie? No. Getting financial help? No. Phoning a friend? Yeah, it could be. Do you fancy chatting on phone? Next one is, I would like to take a loan. How about you? It is when you take a loan when you are in financial difficulty, and at that time you make this suggestion. I would like to take a loan. How about you? Now you also want to, because we are going into a partnership business. Since I don't have some capital amount, some amount to invest in the new business, I am planning to go for a loan. What about you? Now it is actually getting financial help. So with this, boys and girls, I stop with this particular frame, that is suggestions and regrets. That was frame 5 of speaking skills, module 4, transactions, essential English language skills, common course A01. Thank you for listening to me. Have a nice day. Till we meet for the next session, wish you all the best.